Hello, I'm Sam.
And I'm ARBITER617.
I'm ROA NITROX.
And I'm CJ, Voices of Duke.
And this is the CJ speaks.
CJ speaks.
What? And this is this is BPS Banter of August 2015. Today, I'm joined with Arby, CJ, and NITROX, and we're going to be talking about the few topics today. The main one being about this new YouTube gaming service, which is trying to rival with Twitch. We've got some of the recruitment talks about when we were recruiting some new people for BPS and how that went down. We're going to be talking about the Middleground Trilogy, as well as merchandising BPS products.
Let's get started.
So the first topic will be YouTube gaming. Space actually was streaming YouTube gaming just before we started recording this podcast, and it actually sounds promising. There's quite a few good features in that.
Yeah, I'd like to talk a little bit about this because we had just recently tried using Twitch. About like when we were starting phase 2, we were thinking about going into streaming and stuff. So all of BPS, I kind of tried out Twitch, but the biggest problem we were having, of course, was that the views didn't really carry over from our fan base. We'd try to put things like Twitter notifications and Facebook posts, but still people were having a hard time actually being notified. And immediately, as soon as we tried the YouTube gaming, I think I did it like one of the mornings after it came out, and immediately we had like 5 times as many viewers as we'd ever had.
Was that on your own channel? Or was that on BPS?
That was on BPS. Yeah,
right.
I was
going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
yeah,
it was early hours of the morning?
It was about 10 a.m. for me, I think. Right. And it was even called like streaming test. It wasn't even anything exciting. And I think we've done a lot of streaming since then. Has everyone here done streaming other than NITROX?
I've been doing it a lot.
Yeah, CJ's done a bunch.
Top moderator.
CJ is kind of like the designated streamer of BPS as well as Trickster as well.
Yeah, pretty much. As far as I know, I'm the only one who's been like consistent with the streams.
Oh, I see. Mm-hmm. All right, I see.
So CJ, do you want to talk a little about the like schedules and stuff that you're kind of coming up with?
So my main goal for streaming, since I really want to organize this, I want to keep everything, want to make sure everything is just in order and there isn't any stumbling around. My main goal for this is going to just be consistent streams throughout the week. And to do this, in the future, I want to at least have 3 days that are always, you can always expect a stream on that day. And what game it will be, that kind of just depends with like the new games that are coming out and all that stuff. Right now, every either Friday or Saturday, I always do the Destiny Nightfall thing, where I basically, just go on Destiny, play the strike with a bunch of like challenging modifiers, just to, make it more interesting. That's another thing I want to do, just to make the consistent streams more interesting, and like that would increase the incentive to like watch it.
You had to pick Destiny, didn't you?
Yeah.
Of all games.
Well, that's what's in the future. A lot more of the new games like Fallout 4 and Battlefront 3, I want to make those the consistent ones, because I have a good feeling those games in particular will do well.
You're also going to be putting together like highlights at the end of every month?
Yeah, hopefully at the end of every month I'll have enough highlights from all the streams to make this compilation video, so even if you missed out...
Not just his streams, everyone's streams.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean, everyone's streams.
Just clarifying.
Yeah. Just for anyone that missed out on it, basically.
Yeah, NITROX here has already kind of taken over as like lead moderator, haven't you? Haven't you, NITROX?
I'm so sorry.
We lost him.
I had to go be away for something.
No.
There you go.
For like 2 seconds.
Right,
What happened?
While NITRO's trying to get back,
I'm right here.
just wanted to kind of mention... The thing is, Twitch is already a well-established streaming site. I mean, as soon as it moved to strictly gaming, it just blew up. Like, it's got so many unique users like every month. And Google tried getting like Google Plus, shoehorning that into YouTube and then trying to get people to use that instead of Facebook, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
But like YouTube gaming, they've got a lot of cool features that Twitch has, but plus like
I'd say they have
a few more
they've done a pretty good job
things.
at like making sure they have almost everything Twitch has at least.
Yeah, the layout is actually pretty good.
I feel like they really tried to. Their goal was to like, let's at least get everything Twitch already has. That way, like, there won't be people like, oh, well, they don't have this and Twitch does. As long as they have everything Twitch has right now, then at least the people who are, already from YouTube will be more encouraged to start using it. And
you can actually earn more money on YouTube Gaming rather than Twitch.
That's true.
It's like 55% rather than 50% cut. So
yeah, it's very a little bit more, but yeah.
Well, I mean,
helps.
it's like, so say if you subscribe or whatever the terminology is for it, like, well, you can like subscribe. I think it's for $5.99 in like dollars, and
to the streaming, just to like the streaming,
just to the streamer. So like you can get, I think it's like ad free, and you get perks like emotes in chat and stuff like that.
Cool.
You get like perks based on there.
So they already have that for YouTube Gaming. I didn't know that.
No, I had that for Twitch.
Oh.
So you get perks based on a subscription.
For Twitch, it's $4.99. Oh, right. Price
Welcome
difference.
Oh, NITROX is back. Oh, hey.
You missed your awesome moment.
And then, so I think the obviously you get 50% cut on Twitch. So Twitch streamers would get $2.50, but on YouTube Gaming they'd get $2.75. I mean, it doesn't seem that much, but it might add up if you're a big streamer. So when CJ becomes the next syndicate, then he's gonna be raking in all the money, and then he'll put it into the BPS pot, and we'll all get his money. So that's
We'll spread that extra 5% around.
Team player, we're a team.
So do you know if I don't even know if there's like a subscription for the YouTube Gaming, because there's already subscribing to channels. I'm curious how that'll work.
Oh, you'll get like perks by paying a bit more.
Is that already a feature?
I think so, but there's a donation button that we spotted.
Yeah, I saw that.
But
I think that's part of the fan funding that I added to the channel. And we'll come back to that later when we get to merchandising.
I think YouTube Gaming just has that built in.
Oh, I don't know.
Because Twitch does that as well. Obviously, they have a donation button on the videos on Twitch, and then they have a subscription button.
So
I haven't seen one on YouTube Gaming there. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. But NITROX kind of missed his little introduction. NITROX, do you want to kind of mention a little bit about like kind of the rules? You're kind of becoming like the moderator of most of these streams. Do you want to talk a little about
like the lead moderator.
What to do and what not to do? Yeah, that's why I said, but you didn't respond.
If we go over the basic the basic streaming rules, it's no spamming, no all caps, no self-promotion or promotion of other people. Basically the usual guidelines most streams follow.
There might be a really loud rumble in a second. Or not.
Rumble.
You have to fill that up. Anyway. Oh, wait, here it comes.
Oh.
There it is.
Thunderstorm.
There it is.
Thunderstorm, it's a cameo, everyone.
Thunderstorm. Nice. So to kind of wrap up the streaming stuff, basically, it was our decision to switch over to YouTube Gaming pretty much immediately as soon as we tried it out. It seems to be functioning just as good as Twitch, but the views are way better. It's much easier to notify people about it. And also, I just think it's something interesting to start getting invested in right now while it's early. And right now, I bet there's going to be a lot of people that are sticking to Twitch. And, it's kind of an emerging thing that we want to kind of get our foot in the door as early as possible. So that's what we're going to be doing.
Has anyone got the app on phone?
I actually did. I got it on my phone, yes.
One question the audience might have is, will this jeopardize cinematic content?
That is a good question. Well, I think we kind of mentioned that a little bit in the first podcast, maybe kind of like our goals for phase 2 almost. I don't think it would. I mean, it's something we're going to add on. We had already been kind of doing these in the background on Twitch. People hadn't really noticed them because they're on Twitch and no one knows about our Twitch really, unless you follow like our Twitter and stuff. I mean, technically there might end up being more streams than content, because right now we kind of do about 2 videos every week, and there'll probably be like 3 streams. However, we're putting the streams as unlisted as soon as they're finished, so they're not actually being uploaded to the channel. It's kind of like if you're there, you get to see it, and if not, you'll see it at the highlights, which just kind of encourages people to show up, and the highlights, kind of make it more interesting. But it's not gonna really we've already been doing them. It's not gonna decrease the amount of time you get to spend working on like other stuff.
Well, CJ, you and Trickster are like the designated mainstream team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the other folk will be continuing to do their cinematic stuff. So the thing is, like I guess that was the whole point of phase 2. So there wasn't, if Arby had to do this all by himself, it would take like a year per video.
Yeah. I was still trying to make Rise of Spartans and do streams and redesign the channel and stuff. It wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, it's like a big team now, so everyone like that's why there's content
phase
every week.
Hashtag phase 2.
Get that trending.
Yeah. Anywho, I think we should move on to the next topic
trending.
now. The recruitment results. That was something that happened about a month ago now. I think, Sam, I feel like you can kind of take this topic and get it started.
Yeah, well, as you probably know, BPS uploaded a video asking for people to apply for various positions on BPS. A lot of which we got quite a lot of responses, actually.
Yeah,
quite surprised. Most of them were for content creators. A lot of people wanted to upload content to BPS. One of the biggest issues with that, though, was we had a few people say that if we can upload to BPS, can we still upload videos to our channel? And that would be fine, because a lot of people who are in BPS still upload to their own channel, which is fine. But what they wanted to do was upload to their own channel and then upload the same video to BPS, which sounded a little bit just not kind of what we were looking for.
Mm-hmm. Like instead of being, the idea was to get people on part of the team. We weren't trying to just like hire employees. We're trying to like expand the team of people kind of working at BPS. And I think it seemed to us like a lot of people were trying to just spread their videos around and get it on a big channel that more people would see it to kind of help out themselves.
There were a lot of voice auditions, which we sent out an email to pretty much all of the good, well, pretty much all of them, and just said that, you know, we've heard your audition and we'll contact you if we need you, because it's a lot of us are obviously on different stages of production in our content. So some of us need voice actors right now, some of us don't. So if you're expecting a part right away, then it probably wouldn't happen. So we're gonna contact everyone on like a case by case basis and
in the future
like that.
Need it.
Yeah.
Back to the content creators thing though. To mention, Sam kind of mentioned how we went through every single audition for content creators and voice actors and everything. We had the whole
we went through them together.
Yeah, I was about to say we had pretty much the whole team in a call, and we went through like one by one and kind of we watched videos and we kind of looked into things. And the thing I kind of want to point out was that just because you didn't make it doesn't mean that like, oh, your stuff's not good or something. We saw plenty of good content. There was like, oh, this is cool or something. But there was kind of certain things we were looking for that I'm not really going to disclose right away. But there was a little bit more we were looking for than just like, oh, this guy's made a cool video. So even if you didn't make it, I wouldn't like let that discourage you or anything. Just like, you know, keep making what you're doing. Don't let it like put you down or anything.
There were a lot of, well, not really a lot, but there was, I think, about 6 or 7 musician auditions, which we're quite surprised about because they're quite hard to find.
We'll get to that in just a second.
And a few of them were, oh my god.
Yeah, I'll get that in just a moment.
Sorry, what?
Well,
what?
I was about to talk about the people we actually kind of brought on board.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll mention that right there.
Yeah.
So the people we brought on board specifically is Thomas Kidd. You may have known him. He was actually in the ROTS quiz, and he was the one who would have won the ROTS quiz. He was doing really well at that, and I think his internet went out. So that was kind of the first place I really got to know him. And he applied, and he had, you know, a really cool channel that looks like... See, we're looking for stuff kind of like this, where he had a channel, he uploads kind of consistently, he had like a nice design, he looks like he puts a lot of kind of time and organization to it and stuff, and people who can really kind of... They have a lot of like kind of mixed talents. Like, okay, he's good at making design, he's good at kind of editing, he's good at making videos and stuff and putting all this stuff together. So we brought him on, and he made the BPS channel trailer, which is something we've been talking about for a really long time. We just really haven't had anyone to actually take the time to put it together. So that was kind of his first project, and he is now working on a new project, which maybe he'll talk about later in the future, but he's not here now to talk about it. And I think some of these people that we're kind of bringing on are kind of in like a sort of trial period. Like, we brought them on, but, you know, they still have to kind of prove that they're going to be able to make some cool cinematic stuff, and that'll just kind of, we'll find that out as time goes on. So Thomas Kidd was the first. Second was Trolling Turnip. I personally don't know him too much, but Cordless is a big friend of him. Do you guys know anything Turnip's made? Off the top of your head?
He worked with me back in my early Machinima days.
Okay, maybe you can introduce him a little bit and talk about what he's doing.
He was a voice actor in ROA Legends back when I did that. Cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
God, I love his humor.
That's pretty much all I did with him. Really.
When I was editing the Halo Wars BPS plays, I don't know what it is about. Every time he talks, it's just the way he says things. It's so dry and I just couldn't stop laughing at anything he said. I don't know what it is.
Something like, there's a warthog over there.
Yeah, yes, it's like, oh, I've only got a warthog, and it's like, I don't know why.
And Turnip's been funny. He's been in like the GTA antics and stuff with Cordless a lot. And I think he's actually going to be working with Cordless on Medusa a little bit. The way Cordless has Medusa planned out, it's not like Rods. It's not like part 1 through 9. It's like different installments. Sometimes he goes forward in time. Sometimes he kind of goes back in time, and just kind of tells different stories that are kind of related but has different characters. I think Turnip's going to be working on a specific one of those. So the next person we kind of brought on was George, or Gioval. I don't know exactly the name he goes by. He was the one who actually did the Mishima director interviews. I don't know if anyone ever saw those. Those got kind of popular for a while. He interviewed a bunch of people like myself, Darknull, a bunch of other guys.
Fireside chats is what they were
Fireside chats, that was it. He did fireside chats. He's also made a few machinimas that were pretty well received, and he has a lot of interesting and original ideas that he wants to work on. So he's also, starting up with something like that. And what Sam was mentioning earlier was one of the musicians we found, which we'd definitely like to give a shout out about right now. His name, or he goes by AfterInfinity, and the music he makes is insane. We heard the music right away, and we were just like, everyone in the BPS chat was just exploding right away. We were like, no way, is this legit?
In the reply to the email we sent him, we quoted the Skype chat of just everyone freaking the hell out over his music, because it was just, it sounded like something from a movie score.
Yeah,
and he was saying like, I can play a sample in the
I was just about to say, can we pause this for a moment and then play some of his music? So that's just a little taste of some of the stuff he's making. We're already really excited to use his music, and if you haven't heard of him, maybe you can follow him on SoundCloud. I don't know what other things he has. We'll hopefully put a link.
I think the soonest we're gonna have one of his tracks in use is gonna be part 2 of the Book of Enchantment.
Yeah, he has a song there. I'm using a bunch of his music in my next animation. His stuff is very impressive. It's definitely like cinematic, and
I think the biggest shock for me was the fact that he was so passionate about working for BPS.
Yeah,
like, someone that talented was like, I'm such a huge fan of BPS, and I really want to work for you.
Yeah.
Not any big industry name or anything like that, because he could totally do that.
I told him that. I was like, dude, you should definitely consider doing this, because people would pay a lot for that. So we're very excited to have that to have him join the team. So that was like the main core people we got on as far as content creators and musicians. NITROX, you got a lot of people for Battle Sim.
Oh, yes, I did. So in total, I got 10 people on the design team and the 3D modeling team together. And they have been killing it. They've been getting a whole lot of designs out pretty quickly, and then the modelers are already starting to get a few weapons and environments done. So hopefully, it looks like we're going to be on schedule with getting the Battle Sim stuff out in early 2016, like I hoped.
Are you allowed to start like showing some of this concept art stuff now in the podcast?
I can pull one up.
Just one?
Don't want to give too many away. Well, I'll get 2. So here are 2 images.
All right, yeah. So you can share some of these images and put them on the screen, like
screen too.
When you're talking about that.
Yeah. I've seen one of them. Well, actually, Olivia's shown me a lot of the concept designs that she's done, the drawings, and I already knew Olivia was a talented artist anyway. Olivia, if you didn't know, she goes by the name of Oliver, and she voiced Whisper in Rise of Spartans, if you didn't know already.
And now she's doing
really great for the team.
Yeah, she's working on Battle Sim stuff now, which is really cool.
She told me that she was, you pretty much said to her that because she's just committed so much and because she's so talented, that she's also like, she also makes some sort of management decisions on the
I put her at lead artist position.
Yeah, so
like whenever I need to, like if I need a second opinion, she's the one I go to for it.
Battle Sim sounds like such a massive undertaking.
I really hope it does well. After all this passion put into it,
looking pretty promising. It's a really large project, so I know for a fact it's going to be a slow burn. So we're all just taking our time with it, making sure we're doing it right.
I think that kind of concludes the recruitment results. So the next thing we're going to announce...
No. I think we should move on to merchandising first.
Oh.
Because I kind of want to hear if CJ has any ideas on these merchandising ideas.
So I guess we're moving to merchandise next, even though you said we'd do Middleground Trilogy first.
Shush.
So merchandising is something that we've always kind of thought about, but I personally have never really got into it. The main reason I've never got into it is because I didn't own the rights to Rise of Spartans, so I couldn't sell DVDs, and technically I can't even sell t-shirts with Halo characters on it. And also personally, I just kind of I've always felt a little bad about like I kind of ask. I feel like when I sell merchandise, I'm kind of indirectly asking for money. Like, oh hey, give me money for stuff. So it's always been a little thing that I've kind of been a little hesitant about. Because then once I start doing that, people are like, oh, now they're just trying to make money and they don't, care about stuff. But we started asking recently fans and asking around to see what they were interested in, and a lot of them were very interested in having Rise of Spartans T-shirts and stuff. So we actually contacted Microsoft just recently, like just the other day, and we're trying to get access to like a license where we can commercialize things like Halo, and actually have like Rise of Spartans T-shirts. Even though we can't sell Rise of Spartans DVDs because of the music, we can sell T-shirts that have like the characters on them or something. We'd already made a few T-shirts and mugs specifically for the BPS crew, just to kind of test it out and to see if if it's good quality.
I'm wearing the hoodie right now.
Yeah, he's wearing the hoodie.
So snug and warm.
Yeah,
and I'm in charge of merchandising.
And yeah, NITROX is kind of in charge of this. NITROX has access to all this premium stuff from his channel. But so now we're trying to get into that now because a lot of people are interested in it. And we'll be definitely in the future, providing links and stuff so you can see it. I think if we end up doing like a Squabble Squad T-shirt, we can have like a little annotation, pop up along the bottom, like, boop, like come get your Squabble Squad T-shirts here or something. So keep an eye out for
the whole screen. It's like, oh, Squabble Squad's on, and then this big annotation comes out. Buy shirts.
Yeah. Well,
buy skateboards. Buy mugs.
Buy a little
BPS
skateboards. Yeah. BPS skateboards. So that's one thing that we're kind of getting into, and we definitely have a lot of cool, like, if anyone has ideas for things that they... Shut up.
I'm just thinking, like, anything, we could merchandise anything, like a BPS Ethernet cable, or a BPS XLR cable.
Well, they don't sell that on Switch.
Just anything could be a BPS
can
piece of
opener.
merch. God.
But you wanted to try and contact Mojang too, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to contact both of them so we can sell like Minecraft and Halo things. But if anyone has any ideas in advance, I'm gonna be like going crazy with designs. I'm probably gonna make the store huge. That way you have like almost anything. We'll have like Genshin Pizza shirts, Fido shirts, Banana in the Tree shirts, CJ shirts, and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Quick input.
Out of here shirts.
Yeah, you are out of here shirts.
Remember when
Microsoft?
God, jeez. One shoe.
Did you hear that joke yesterday in the stream?
No.
Oh, that was Corliss' joke.
I didn't watch the stream.
Oh, Corliss was like, you sell a single shoe that says you're out of here, like they got kicked. You can't buy both, you only get one shoe.
That's clever.
Yeah.
That's really clever. No, what I was going to say was, I don't know what it was, but I think Microsoft updated their game content rules at some point. And I think Minecraft was exempt.
Yeah, Minecraft was separate because they were still owned by Mojang.
Yeah, so...
I contacted them separately. It's a little bit... I've gone through all this, yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking, would they... because
Microsoft bought Mojang? Is that what you're gonna ask?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Like, they bought them, so surely it comes under the same category.
No, it's not exactly the same. I think when they bought them, Mojang wanted to have a little bit of freedom. They didn't want to just completely get, like, sold out. So I think there was probably kind of, like, exemptions to that.
NITROX, when do you think merch will actually be on?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think it's mostly up to us now, right? Like whenever we start designing things, like
whenever we have like enough designs to hold a store.
Mm-hmm. I think he renamed it Black Plaza Studios now. You have to kind of figure out how all that like shop stuff works.
Like we just have the three.
Set up like a shop that way you can go to like Spreadshirt / Black Plaza Studios or something, and you can just see like all our little things.
Could we set up like a stall out on the street somewhere in real life? Okay. Just have a really half
BPS
broken
lemonade.
shack. Just BPS mug, 50 cents.
Yeah. Well, that's... Yeah, and I was just... to answer some quick questions about this stuff, so far, if you haven't used Spreadshirt, I think we're all pretty happy with the qualities of the things we've gotten so far. We got like the mug search
purchases.
Yeah.
Test purchases.
Someone wanted to buy them already. And I was
that wasn't a test purchase. We paid...
Well, the
quite a bit of money.
Yeah,
the mug design is so annoying.
We're gonna have to make a mug 2.0 because the way it wrapped around was a little weird.
We gotta redesign that one.
But if anyone has any ideas for designs, leave them in the comments below, and we'll definitely be checking them out. And the shops will be up kind of soon. We'll probably announce it on the Twitter or Facebook page initially, and then it'll slowly show up like in videos and stuff, and at the end of videos and whatnot.
Do you think at 31 minutes in, you're gonna hear my bone crack?
What?
Yeah, my bone just cracked really loudly into the mic.
That's nice.
Oh, that's cool. That's hot.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say was like, should we ask people if they want to like submit designs, and then we could pay them a little bit, and then they could sell it in the so like.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, like people could like
that.
submit their own designs.
I was thinking we just have them do it for free.
Because I'm not
and then
sure if
steal all their money.
Spreadshirt even tells you how much of a specific design sells. It just tells you overall of what's sold for the month.
What? No, I was in. What I meant was like you would pay them a lump sum
like
at the
a
beginning.
one-time
Yeah,
commission?
like a one-time thing. So like you would pay them
like
one
that.
off for
so
the
like
design.
If they make a cool design, we'll pay them like a little bit of money. It can't be too much though. So we're not trying to make huge profit off this right now. The good thing about it is Spreadshirt is pretty cheap. It's not very expensive to get like just a nice shirt or a mug or something. I was surprised.
Maybe not for you. I had to pay an extra VAT tax on top, as well as an international handle fee, which ended up me paying an extra £15, which in US dollars is like 22 or something.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's already more expensive than the whole shirt for me.
Exactly. Like, that's ridiculous.
Okay, so maybe if you're international, you might have a little more of a challenge. But for me, when I ended up getting the shirt, it ended up being about the price of like half of the price I spent on a normal shirt. So we're trying to keep the prices kind of low to encourage people, just to get our name out there and have people make happy fans and get our stuff out there.
I think the point isn't really to make money. It's more just it would be so cool to like bump into someone and they have like a BPS hoodie on or something.
Go around campus and you see like
which
a
works
Rise of
great for
Spartans
Squabble
t-shirt.
Squad.
If I ever see anyone wearing a Rise of Spartans t-shirt, I will run over and like hug you and maybe give you some money if there's some money in my wallet.
Stroke you a little bit.
Stroke your back a little bit.
You want a back rub?
Silently like walk away without explaining myself.
Who was that guy?
Yeah. Don't even explain what's happening.
If you don't know what he looks like, then you'll be really weird.
Yeah. If you ever see a random guy run over and stroke you if you're wearing a BPS merchandise, that'd be me.
Well, I think the coolest design that we have, in my opinion, is the friendly found thing. You know how in a Squabble Squad, if you find a friendly online, it's like, oh, friendly found. That would be so cool to have on the back of a t-shirt. So if you're at like a convention or something,
for it in the
you
shop.
can look around, you see like a friendly found, you can run up and be like, oh, I found a friendly.
Yeah, it's
like so cool.
Double meaning kind of.
I mostly just want to see like all the, because I remember really vividly. Yeah, I really want a bunch of C shirts, but before that, I remember very vividly after part April, I got tons of like Skype and Xbox messages just from like fans that I've met before and I've added to my list of just like asking either for a Crab Spartan shirt or a Gungeoneer's Pizza shirt. That's like the most requested.
And we already have designs for both of those.
Yeah, that too, because we already had all those designs out, so I mean it just practically works itself in.
Yeah.
Oh my! I can just imagine opening the wardrobe and then there's just like a whole line of different BPS shirts, like one for Gungeoneer's Pizza, one for...
Yeah, I'm gonna have like a separate closet. I'm gonna have like a little gap in my closet and have all BPS merchandise on one side. Crab Spartan. They're in. Oh, then they're. We have text. They're in the ceiling.
Yeah.
They're in the.
Or you could have it on the front and then have the text on the back or something. In the ceiling, on
Crab
the floor,
Spartans.
in the bamboo.
Everywhere. Have them like crawling around, like crawling out of the armpits on the shirt.
Oh no!
I can't find it. I thought I had it somewhere. I hope I didn't lose this. It's gonna make me upset.
Originally, back in the Phase 2 announcement video, Robo and Rorschach were scheduled to do streams of Destiny gameplay.
And other things, I think.
And other things, and they've disappeared.
They got so busy playing the games that they didn't even want to or try streaming, really.
Well, no, Rorschach had connection issues, and then he pretty much didn't bother to, like, try and fix it. And Robo is busy all the time, as far as I can tell.
Busy playing games.
Busy? Has anyone heard from him
Busy
recently?
I haven't heard.
Battlefield.
He said happy birthday to Cordless. Yeah, he's always playing games, I think.
I haven't seen him on Xbox for a while. I think he's mainly on PC most of the days.
I
We need
don't
to
know
get to the final topic, the most exciting one.
Ugh.
Why you... What? This is a good topic.
The final topic
Hey, get
on
ready,
this
guys.
list, anyway, is to talk
You're gonna
about...
make people unexcited now if you're like,
is to talk about this piece of poopy thing called... It's right. Project Middleground came out in 2011.
1 or 12. Oh, yeah.
2001.
Sorry. I'm missing one there.
You were 7 when you made Project Middleground. It's
was
been
really young.
14 years since the first Middleground
Yeah,
movie.
14
Here's
years.
the Middleground 2. God. No. Yeah, then Underworld came out 2015, and then the third one is coming out in 2019. No, it's not.
So it's a trilogy, which you've probably gathered by the end of the second one. When I first made the first one, it was meant to be a standalone kind of, but I left the ending open, not because I wanted to make a sequel or a trilogy, but because I just kind of wanted the ending to be kind of like you could interpret it. And I always had my own ideas for what was going to happen, like I kind of mentioned in the behind the scenes. Then I kind of went into the sequel.
That was the exact same dialogue you said at the beginning.
That's why I had to stop. I had to stop myself because I decided to be saying it. But I finished the sequel, and now there's going to be a third one, and Sam,
yeah,
is going to be making it.
I am.
Yes.
This is news to me. No, right. Yeah. So what happened was before Phase 2, I was talking to him about an idea I had, which I'm not going to disclose. But it seemed a bit too similar to the Middleground premise. No, not really in terms of story, but in terms of setting. It
was just like a virtual reality kind of place.
Yeah,
and it would have been really weird to have that come out right. We thought it would have come out a little bit sooner, so we were like, it would have been weird if that comes out, and then like Project Underworld comes out, and they're kind of similar but not related at all.
Yeah, it may have got a lot of comments saying, "Wait, is this Middleground or something?" So what we decided to do was incorporate that idea into Underworld and the third film, which is going to be called Project Containment. That's the title for it.
Title drop.
There you go.
But it kind of influenced a lot of what happened in Underworld to then lead up to the final moments in Containment. So like the stuff with the VCC probably would have never happened if we'd never incorporated these ideas.
The VCC was basically kind of setting up for his movie a little bit. I think initially it was going to be a very small crossover. I was like, let's have it in the same universe, but it's kind of like a separate crossover kind of thing. And there's a point where it's like, you know what? We could just literally make it like a third installment. The way the Middleground Trilogy kind of works, it's each part is an independent film you can watch on its own. You don't need to watch all three. You can each one has its own story and own characters.
No, I slam my fist. We need to do it as a business model. You have to watch all three, so that you have to give us the most amount of money.
You gotta watch all three.
You have to buy every bit of DLC.
Middleground Trilogy compilation at the end. All three of them at once.
The Middleground Blu-ray edition.
Middleground Director's Cut.
The Director's Cut 2, with even more changes.
No, but so his idea is basically he's going to be kind of working on the third. And I believe like Sam has he has a similar style to me enough where I feel like no one's going to be like jarringly like, whoa, this is all like different and weird. I feel like Sam, you've seen Sam's well, hopefully if
Sam will be the J.J. Abrams to your George Lucas of Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly. I think
because everyone hates George Lucas.
Everyone hates me. I'm the George Lucas here. He's the J.J. Abrams coming to.
Well, they only hate to save the day. The George Lucas of the prequels is the one they hate, not the first George Lucas.
Yeah, I think people forget that he created Star Wars.
The originals.
Yeah.
But what I think is that
Well, he didn't direct it. He didn't direct the original. Well, yeah, but I mean the fifth one, which was the best one.
Yeah.
He didn't direct that. Didn't he direct all the prequels?
I think so.
Oh, that's why they were bad.
Pretty sure.
Add new topic. Star Wars.
Well, no, I've got to get this point out. A New Hope wasn't really that good, in my opinion.
What?
I didn't think it was that good
for the time. Think about the time.
I mean, compared to the others,
that's ever been done.
Like, I just get bored. It feels like nothing really happened.
Well, that's because they didn't have they couldn't really do too much. They had to film it in like really cheap sets.
In terms of story as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Anyways. What were we?
Star Wars, it's got to be a topic.
I think one thing I was thinking is that I almost feel like Sam's Project Containment is going to actually be more in the style of kind of my traditional films, because with Underworld it started getting a lot kind of darker and grittier, and it was really there weren't really any jokes in like the whole movie. It was mostly just like a pretty serious thing about like this whole Underworld realm, whereas Middleground had little silly goofs and like cones and stuff. I feel like Sam's already, from what I've seen, trying to make sure you get like little Easter eggs and goofs and cameos and things.
Oh dear.
That are kind of
those Easter eggs.
We may have a few more Morning Jameses hanging around and stuff.
God.
James may still be hanging around in Containment.
James is the villain. I haven't really found much time. The reason I haven't really posted anything is because I'm I don't know about anyone else in the BPS core team. I don't know if anyone actually has a job. But recently, especially in the UK,
I'm looking for one.
It's been a back to school period. So especially when I work in retail, all these kids coming in looking for new shoes for school, and so I've been doing 50 plus hours a week at a part-time job. And since I live by myself as well,
that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's a little bit what?
Does it work differently in the UK?
It must, because you don't even that's more than like full time here.
No,
like,
I mean it's that's
40.
the point. It's like full-time hours. But just over this period of time, it's gotten so busy that they've given that to pretty much every member of staff because they have the money to spend on giving us hours, and we need more stuff. Anyway, that's a.
At least you're making boatloads of cash.
Yeah. But I have
equipment.
nothing to. I want to. I've got to save. I'm about to
what
leave
he's trying
uni.
to say is he hasn't had much time to work on containment.
Yeah, I'm scripting.
But the good thing is, Middleground took place, Underworld took place, like, the real-time length after Middleground. It was, like, it's supposed to take place 4 years later and make it feel like the real time it kind of passed. And that's kind of also what we're going for here. It's not supposed to be as long, but even if it ends up taking, like, a good many months or so, containment, like, by the time he makes his, the containment facility will have been complete, and they will have already begun, like, the virtual containment and have prisoners there and everything. So we kind of we didn't want it to be like, here's a movie, 4 years later, here's a sequel, then a few months later, here's the next one already, like, so close. So it'll be a little bit more longer. But
I think I just wanted to clear up now. I think people. I don't know if anyone was actually a little bit confused on what the VCC was. I kind of got that feeling when I was watching Underworld that I don't know.
We did
if
explain it at the beginning, kind of.
I know, but like the whole point of this containment is to store, instead of having like real life prisons, to save space and to make it safer for the public instead of people breaking out all the time.
And cheaper, almost.
Yeah, and cheaper as well. Like they would store people in Middleground. It was this is like just a small test, because obviously it's just a small like prison containment area. But the whole point was to like contain different types of like prisoners in this virtual environment, just to see how it works. So the whole containment thing is about containing.
Yeah, which is why it's Project Containment and not Project Oververse or Under.
Oh my god! All those comments about
what
the third one, Project Oververse
it's
or
not
Overworld.
about creating a new realm every time.
Above world.
Yeah. But what I really like about this whole trilogy is that each one is kind of different and tells its own completely different story. The first one's about, a cool world where it's kind of new and you can kind of do whatever you want. You can throw things around. You can build cities if you want. It's kind of about like exploring. The second one's all about like kind of the darker psychological effects of like the underworld, like what happens when you die in there and when your like subconscious is like, splitting apart in a world without a body. And then like the third one is about like the containment and like these, prisoners. I don't want to reveal too much, but it's about kind of like the containment itself and the prisoners in there.
I think containment is probably the one with the. I don't want to say strongest. I want to say more. What's a good word for this? One with more focused on the narrative rather than the world itself. Like Middleground was like, "Oh, this is so cool." Underworld was like, "Whoa, this Underworld."
I think
is
Middleground was more about like the cool factor of like this is interesting. I think Underworld was about the psychology, really about like Underworld's mostly about like the psychology of like this thing, kind of getting that effect and like getting across the feeling.
I think now that Containment has the world and the universe kind of set and everyone knows all about it, it's like time to focus on a story inside the world rather than the world itself.
It also has a lot of, I'd say it also kind of has a lot of the kind of underworld psychology and kind of stuff to it a little bit.
Yeah, I guess. Spoilers. Anyway, that's probably as much as I want to say right now.
The people who are in this prison are just random like killers and stuff. I think the idea was the people in this prison, they're not just like random like, oh, we shoplifted. It's people who have a little bit of kind of problems and stuff as well, and they're trying to go in there and a little bit like the
He bumped my car. Send him to the underworld. No.
Yeah. Jaywalker. Put him in there.
Oh god. They just hijack him, throw him in the back of a truck, drive him to the VCC. He's like, "You're going in? What? No." Send him into Middleground.
I smell a part April skit.
Yeah, we already have Project April.
Oh,
We've been
God.
talking about it.
No.
So one thing is now that we can kind of reveal about this as well is that we were producing kind of both of these together at the same time. I didn't really reveal that when I was making Underworld, Sam was there brainstorming a lot. He helped with like that brainstorming chart that I talked about in the making of. I didn't talk about Sam too much in it because I didn't want to reveal too much that he was making the next one. But then, same with Containment. I've been in almost like a lot of his brainstorming calls, and we had all these different ideas that we passed around. Of course, we made plenty of joke ideas and stuff that may eventually end up in a Project April or something. But until then, we've got
There were
Project
so
Containment
many ideas
Yeah.
that just
We have
didn't
a
make
list
the
going
cut.
now.
What? No, I mean not for Project April. I mean for
Oh.
Containment. Like there were so many changes to the story. Like
Yeah.
I hope we
Well,
chose
that's
the
how,
right
that's
one.
how it goes every time.
Well, I mean I've never really brainstormed with someone else before. It's always just been me. Right.
Yeah, I got 3 co-writers
Yeah, I think co-writers is good.
for Battle Sim.
As long as you end up with a story that you're passionate about telling, and you don't end up like trying to tell someone else's story. I think it's still kind of mostly, it's similar. I feel like the core story is actually what he initially told me about when he first had that idea for Machinima, when he first kind of started on with like phase 2. It was going to be called Vault.
Oh
And,
yeah.
and we kind of worked that in like Containment, like the Vault Containment. That's kind of how the name evolved a little bit.
Project Vault.
Project Vault. We have so many project jokes. There's Project Christmas. There's Project April. There's Project a bunch
Halloween.
of things I can't tell. Well, this is like a project.
Project Halloween.
We have
Project
Project
Christmas.
Phase 2.
What?
Project Moon. Project.
These inside jokes will become
Project
clear.
Anime.
Project Anime. God.
So much.
We can recreate Middleground in Battle Sim. Get on that right now.
Dude, totally.
Anywho, I feel like we've kind of covered up all these topics pretty well. Again, as kind of a closing topic, as always, if anyone has any kind of ideas as for the podcasts themselves, the BPS Banters, make sure to leave them in the comments. We got a lot of good ideas last time. However, some of them we just didn't do just because...
Is there anything you want to go over with the Minecraft animation?
No, I
Like
cut
Farm
that out.
Hunt? Oh, you did?
Yeah, I just leave that. I don't think I really need to talk about that here. That's not really a podcast topic too much.
Farm Hunt did really well. Thank you, Hypixel.
Yeah, thank you, Pixel, for posting it. As always, there were a lot of good comments in the first podcast for topics and stuff. A lot of them we just didn't get to because there were a lot of important things we had to talk about right now, like YouTube gaming. We're mostly making these podcasts after there's like a big event or a new game release or something that's interesting to talk about. There were other things that we were going to do that we just didn't have the right people here for, or we just kind of wanted to hold off till later, or we already talked about earlier or something. For instance, like we just kind of get 4 people available who have things to talk about with certain topics, and the rest we just kind of hold off until later. But as always, if you have ideas for future topics, leave them in the comments below. If you have suggestions, leave those down below. And be sure to follow our Facebook and Twitter again. We definitely post a lot to that. And if you want to keep updated, that's definitely one of the best ways to stay updated right now.
I think we post more. I think what we should do is just start retweeting a lot of individual posts to our own Twitter by the BPS Twitter. So, like, say if you follow the BPS Twitter, you get the feed of everyone's updates, all retweeted.
I was about to say only the main ones, yeah.
Oh, yeah, obviously. It won't just be like, because I see loads
Hey,
of
I'm
stupid
sitting in a cafe now. Look at these fries I'm eating.
post a picture
Hashtag
to...
French fries. Hashtag American.
Yes.
And retweet my BPS.
No.
Yeah, we have a Hypixels following BPS Twitter now.
Oh my god, that was a moment.
That whole
I
moment was
remember,
insane.
yeah, we were sitting in a call when Farm Hunt was released, and
All the admins were singing.
I wasn't there.
Well, you were asleep as usual.
Darn it.
oh no, it was me.
Curse my
Was it me, you, and
sleep hours.
Dino?
No, it was Space, I think. Space
Was it
joined when he
Space?
woke up. I think Space woke up because he had a video.
Oh yeah, yeah. He woke up like at 6:30 in the morning.
For some reason, yeah.
He was like, "I wanted to make sure the video was uploaded okay,
Yeah.
so we can do that for you."
Yeah.
Oh my god, Hypixel! Shout out to Hypixel. Go play that server; it's good. Play Warlords and
I'll be
get
streaming.
dingadangers.
I'll be streaming on that a lot.
On the topic of streaming, I like the thing about Twitch.
Back on the topic streaming.
Well, I'm just...
Yeah.
I was reading the things again, I was just thinking, the reason I wasn't that drawn to Twitch, it just didn't seem very appealing, and it already seemed like a very saturated market, and it was so separated from YouTube.
Although the biggest thing that's annoying me about the YouTube gaming streaming stuff is that I feel like they're taking the same approach to Twitch as far as like featuring channels and stuff. It doesn't seem to be so much about like what you're interested in or what's related. It's mostly just like, here's all the big channels, here's all the streams that most people are watching. If your stream only has 20 viewers, like no one's gonna find it. That's the one thing I'm noticing so far that's kind of bothering me. So it doesn't seem to be the best way to like break in any new audience, which was the biggest problem with Twitch as well. But hopefully to our current viewers, they'll be able to at least enjoy it.
Well, that's just appealing to the masses.
More for audience engagement than anything.
But for YouTube, you like a lot in YouTube, you see all these suggested videos that might only have like 100 views, but it actually is kind of related sometimes. Or you search.
You got suggested streams.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. If you're watching a stream and then you go over to the tab that says suggested, then it will have suggested streams. Twitch has that as well. I believe so. Anyway,
when I went to the YouTube gaming homepage, I tried to I searched for channels or something, and it was literally they ordered the channels by subscribers. So if you type in like one thing, it's just like you just see all the most subscribers. It's kind of weird. They didn't really sort it by relevance. But maybe that was just my first impression.
Well, the way streaming works is that you can subscribe to a game, and then you will just get like your subscription fee will fit. Yeah, of like.
Yeah, I've done that for a couple.
But make sure not to subscribe to League of Legends or something.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, they post the League of Legends tournaments, and like at the moment, PAX is happening. The convention. So that's obviously on, like, right at the front page. I think it might be
us and Nightmare Films that's on the front of Halo Reach.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I think so. Last time I checked.
We need to start streaming some Halo Reach. We haven't actually. No one. A lot of people.
Yeah, we need to do that already.
I feel like there's a portion of BPS that doesn't want us to do much more Reach stuff because it's old, and I kind of agree with that. I personally. I definitely think Reach is old. I'm one of the people who are moving away from Halo because it's getting annoying. But I still feel like I'd like to do some Halo things.
You don't have to drop it altogether.
Yeah, we don't have to drop. I still feel like there's a lot of fans that they've subscribed for Halo Reach stuff, and I feel like we could still do some more custom games or kind of like different kind of game night type stuff.
Game night.
Game night 11. It's finally back. Oh my god, game night. I have game night tattoos.
Oh god.
Got a game night tattoo.
What would that even be?
Game night t-shirt?
Just the words game night.
Just one of the old thumbnails of just like a first person view, just a gun. just
like pointing at a wall in like Halo City.
Oh god.
I'd initially had ideas to. Well, I think we can't talk about this last time. We were going to redo game night, but it's still getting on hold until Halo gets its act together. 343. We're looking at you.
I was watching a Halo 5 gameplay. For some really bizarre reason, I have no idea why. I'm nearly not that interested in the game.
CJ, speak.
But CJ's so used to not talking
CJKIES.
that he doesn't.
CJ.
I think he's asleep.
Yep, he's gone to sleep. Okay.
Oh, the CJ mating call didn't wake him up. Yep, he's sleeping. Or dead.
He's sleeping.
He's sleeping, or he's dead.
How is he going to stop his recording?
There we go. Jeez, you guys like cut out for a solid 2 minutes. I couldn't hear a thing.
What?
Sure.
Yeah.
He just came back and heard the CJ mating call.
He heard an echo outside the window. He's just.
Yeah. Anyway,
what was I saying?
We ended up. I already closed the podcast like 5 minutes ago.
There was one thing that would. Oh, Halo 5. Yeah, I was watching a Warzone gameplay, and those stupid rec pack things where it's like, oh, you've reached a certain point, go and get a rec pack level 1. You get like another gun, and there was one bit where, well, first of all, the Spartan laser sounds like poo anyway. But anyway. On the vehicle tab, there's still no UNSC flying vehicle. Like there was a Promethean like Forerunner vehicle which looked okay, I guess, but I think it was like a one-seater. Don't there's the Banshee's still there, but there's no UNSC flying vehicle.
That they never fixed.
There wasn't even like a gap where they would put a UNSC flying vehicle. Like usually it would just be like not highlighted, but there was nothing. Why? Come on.
I think it's because they want to emphasize on the Mantis, because when that first came out, that was like, ooh, a big deal. Look at this new vehicle we made, and they kind of like shafted all the other vehicles to like show how amazing this was.
Well, I don't know if anyone actually saw some of the early Halo 4 pictures, but in some of the backgrounds there were Falcons.
Yeah. Well, there are.
I heard rumors that they were still planning to incorporate the Falcon, but because of time constraints,
That's right, it
they
is in that
decided not
multiplayer map in
to.
Halo 4.
Yeah, where it flies around. There's a hornet that flies by and looks at you and taunts you.
No, that's Halo 5 beta.
No, it's Halo 4.
It's like, ha, you want to fly me, but you
The
can't.
Halo 4 map where hornet flies around. And
Oh,
with a
yeah,
flashlight.
that one, yeah.
Yeah, don't get me started in Halo, because I'll just rant about it forever.
It isn't whining cordless, it's pointing out things in it.
Justifying.
Pointing out the flaws of a game that you have constant crashes in.
They
I have
released-
reason to be annoyed because I've spent the last how many years and how many hours trying to make content in the game, and it's just they've really like
Halo
messed
4,
up for us.
not very good. Halo MCC, broken.
Broken.
The expectations
Halo 5.
are gonna be low.
And Halo 5 appears to be another Halo 4 in my opinion. It seems like it's gonna be like it'll work like Halo 4 worked.
There's
with
good
the
points
design.
and bad points, but I've started to notice that
The art style, for sure.
they seem to be just shoehorning fan favorite things back into
not
Halo
even,
just to
like- draw
the old fan, like books back, the old Halo music's back in some parts. It's like trying to bring the old fans back into
Well, I'm
Halo
not doing a good job about that. 'Cause I'm an
while
old fan.
trying to make it Call of Duty style
Samesies.
gameplay.
I feel like they're trying to just kind of slowly like phase in their own thing, and they're kind of
Phase 2 confirmed.
They're making a phase 2 of Halo, and they're kind of
Phase 2ing.
It really is a
There's-
phase 2 of it.
they're really losing out. I think it's if you look at like Halo 5 and compare it to Halo 3, it's getting so far away by now. It's like not even
It's not Halo.
close. Yeah, it's hardly.
It's
Halo.
just not.
It's Guardians.
It's
You should
not
just call it
Halo.
Guardians by now or something.
It's so
Call it
sad.
Master Chief.
It's literally a new
Number one.
game with a Halo title and a little bit of Halo story in the campaign.
It's evolved between Halo 5 and Halo 4, and even Halo Reach was kind of different as far as how it played mechanically and stuff. I think Halo 2
It's
and
not a
3.
still
solid
had the
game
style.
though.
It still had the style of Halo.
Yeah, but I feel like Halo 2 and 3 is kind of where it's at. You couldn't even could you dual wield in Halo Reach?
No.
Yeah.
Halo Reach? No, you could not. But the enemies could.
Bastards.
Oh yeah.
They incorporate, like loadouts and armor abilities and stuff like that.
Anyhow.
But we could talk about Halo for hours.
Yep. It wasn't supposed to be a topic, but we ended up talking about it for. We could add it to the topics list. We could just have a little like extra topic like fade on, even though you don't say anything.
Bonus
Have-
Well,
topic.
yeah,
I could
it,
have like the
question
outro
marks.
music come in and then like it cut out as soon as you start talking.
DLC topic.
Anyway, thank
No.
everybody for watching or listening, not watching so much because it's mostly just audio.
I hope you didn't watch this whole thing.
We have like little graphics
Because
here
if you
every
did,
so
all you
often.
saw was waveforms going up and down.
Every so
Oh,
often we
yeah.
have like little graphics, like when he was talking about like the battle sim concept art. But beyond that, it's mostly just audio, and it tells you like what topic we're on if you want to kind of check back to see where you are in the video.
Where you are. Well, if you were listening to the audio, you know where you are.
If you're listening, you know
Well, if you
this.
just kind of skipped in and you wanted to hear a certain topic, and I find out like where they're talking about it. Should be obvious anyway. Anywho, thank you. I'm gonna go have some noodles.
I'm gonna go to bed.
I'm alright, NITROX. I'm the lead animator. Don't believe anyone.
And you're the moderator, lead moderator,
Lead animator.
and there's CJ, the highlight dude, lead streamer.
CJ, you didn't shout anything on the goodbye.
I don't like shouting. I'm not in case you haven't noticed.
He's not a very loud person, in case you haven't noticed already. He's a little bit quiet.
Just a
As
tad.
demonstrated by Sejuk. As you can tell by Sejuk, he's a bit quiet.
He's opened up a little bit.
He actually talks
recently.
all the time, but he talks super quiet and you just can't hear him.
It's
like
weird
whispers.
Conspiracy.
Only Robo can hear the frequency on his helmet.
Can we stop these
He
recordings?
talks in a low, too high of a frequency.
Lilo picks up. Oh, yes. Yes, Sejuk. That's a good idea. He's been talking the whole time. He also talks without moving his mouth. He just kind of emits little squeaks through his throat.
He's not a guinea pig.
Is that a guinea pig noise?
I guess. Guinea pigs go like,
Thank you for listening. Bye.
bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
That's the wrong one, Turnip. It's over here, look.
The red
What?
one.
Oh,
The red one.
I'm coming.
The red one, you goof. Ball.
Coming in for a big ram.
3, 2, 1. Sync.
Sink.
NITROX.
That's the intro.
Hey,
Hey, welcome to the BPS podcast.
I think, you know, like my internet delay happened right at the
No way,
same.
that's awful. Sing, sing. Sing.
Right.
Alright, try again. Try.
3, 2, 1. Sync.
Sing.
Sink.
No way, a Nitrox. I didn't hear Nitrox.
What?
Did you even hear us?
I totally went off. I heard you all.
Still sync?
Can I
3.
just count?
What? Oh.
Oh, yeah, Nitrox can count.
That means it's going to be 3. 2, 1.
3, 2.
1.
Alsim.
Sync.
Wait, what? He said it?
What? I hope not.
Nitrox, what's going on?
3, 2, 1.
Sync.
Sync.
Oh my god. Well, you can sync up everyone else's. Well, you can just sync everyone else's to his countdown and it'll be good.